Oh, that was supposed to be smoother than that. Hang on. Hello. Hello. It is day 24 of my daily lockdown videos, my little updates. I'm doing them every day just as a personal way to document the weird kind of times we're living in and also to keep you company. And yeah, so it happened. You know, I think I speculated about it a couple of days ago, but the lockdown in the UK has been extended for another 3 weeks. So the review has happened. Boris Johnson out of hospital. Officially now it's going to be another 3 weeks. Apparently Dominic Raab, the guy who's standing in as Prime Minister for Boris Johnson while he recovers, said that they need like 5 big things to happen before they decide they are going to lift the lockdown. The first one is that they want to make sure the NHS can cope, which to me seems like quite loose to define, but hey. A second was that they wanted a sustained and consistent fall in the daily death toll. The third was they wanted reliable data showing that infection rates were falling to manageable levels. The fourth was to make sure that that we could meet the demands for protective equipment and that we could meet future demands for it as well. And I think the last one was that the government wants to be completely sure that there isn't a substantial risk of causing a second peak if the lockdown measures are lifted. The second peak being like, you know, things are flattened off now, could well be because we're all staying indoors. If everyone goes out again and everyone starts to infect each other again, then that means that we'll start coming back up and then we'll have to, you know, so then that's the second peak. We have the main peak and then it will peak again if suddenly we go out and we're all infecting each other. So it's been, we're halfway. Like that's the crazy thing, is that it already feels like we've been doing this for so long, right? But we're just halfway, simply by that one extension. It does make me wonder, I need to stop touching my face, bad habit. It does make me wonder, you know, I mean, it seems like it's had an effect on the infection rates already, but whether that infection rate will be gone, whether there'll be no chance, I think we really don't know, right? Maybe 3 weeks will be enough, but there's no way this isn't gonna be a phased. I mean, the fact that they mentioned them not wanting to cause a second peak means I guess they've already taken this into an account, but there's no way this isn't going to be like a phased unquarantining. Do you know what I mean? Like slowly opening things up and stuff. The route out of this will be staggered and cautious, right? Because we don't want to cause a second wave. No one wants to, you know, risk getting reinfected and go out. And I think probably half spurned on by everyone fearing this second peak in infection rates, there are calls for MPs to make it mandatory to wear face masks when people are going out, especially when the lockdown is halted. But the UK's chief medical officer apparently says that it's like, they say that, I've seen contrasting to this, so like, you know, take this with a pinch of salt, I don't know, but the chief medical officer says that there isn't strong evidence this would cause a big difference. And that if everyone was told they had to wear a face mask when they were going out, that rise in demand could mean that there isn't enough to give to the health services, which then, you know, I totally get that. It's most important that the health services have them. But the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, he has asked everyone in London to wear face masks when they go out. And I guess that's sensible because the population's so dense there as well, right? Like that, I can see why he would want that. But he's apparently calling for the government to make it like a mandatory thing countrywide. And you know, luckily I've got the kind of stuff I need to be able to make some, right? I don't think that would be a big bother. I think that I could easily, you know, make sure I was wearing a mask when I went out. I don't think that would be a heinous thing to have to do. I think the only problem with that plan would be if there wasn't enough to go around in the medical community and the hospitals and places that actually, you know, really needed them, because obviously we have the luxury of being able to keep good distance from each other when we go out in public, but medical people might not necessarily have that. So I want to do everything I can to make sure that I'm helping lower the risk of a second peak, but I'll be making masks, I won't be buying them. We've a family member is in construction as well, so had already had some like dust masks that they've sent through, so that's kind of useful as well, that we can wear those. I mean, I know that there's all kind of stats out there about how effective these are and whether they're like tight against your skin and stuff like that, but I think, even as I've said before, it's like the poisonous frog thing, right? Like, if you've got something on, people are reminded to stay away from you, regardless of what it is, and I think that's got to help somehow, right? I mean, I'm no scientist, but one would assume if people are reminded that they should stay away from you, then you're going to be at less risk. But also, you wear these things to protect other people, right? To keep all of your droplets in your gob. The other terrible thing about this is that you're going to be seeing a lot more of me. Because if this is being extended, that's like over 40 videos, right? I mean, it's a couple of days after the 3-week mark now that it's been announced it'll be another 3 weeks. So I don't know if that means retroactively 3 weeks beginning from 3 weeks, beginning from the end of the last 3 weeks. Who knows? But yeah, that would be 42 videos, wouldn't it? 6 weeks. Crazy. I'm going to do it as well. I'm going to do it. I'm going to be doing these daily videos. It's just crazy to think that by the end of this lockdown thing, there'll be some playlist with 42 videos in it. I can already barely believe that I've done, what's this, 24? 24 of them. That's crazy. So, yeah, I guess that's that for that update. I just wanted to hop on here to talk about the fact that it's being extended, to document that. That it'll be another 3 weeks, that we're only halfway through it. But other than that, I'm doing good. Are you doing good? Good. Okay, bye.